What's up, friends? Welcome to the Scrap Trawlers channel where we do EDH on a budget. We're here with some fantastic EDH gameplay for you today. And with me tonight, I've got two other Scrap Trawlers. We've got Lenny.
Hello.
And we've got Nick.
I'm back. I'm still here. They didn't kick me off the show.
Not yet. Not yet. We're working on it. Behind the scenes actions are going on. Lenny, why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest for this evening?
All right. For today, we have awesome deck brewer and fellow EDHRec writer Trent.
Hey everyone.
Why don't you tell us where we can find you, Trent?
Yeah, so you can find me, as Lenny said, over at EDHRec. I've written a series before called Evasive Maneuvers, where I looked at different forms of evasion in Commander and then tried to do deck brews with each of those mechanics. And then now I'm doing a series called Reconstruct History, where I look at popularity in cards and archetypes over time. So looking at the last 2 years worth of our database's data and just trying to get a pulse on what the community is looking at and how they're evaluating cards as more and more product comes out.
Sweet, that sounds super interesting. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you were playing for Game 1 tonight?
Yeah, so tonight I'm going to be starting off with Grazilaxx, Illithid Scholar. It's a legendary creature horror, which says whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may return it to its owner's hands, so a cunning evasion. And then the second line of text is whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. So looking to basically force some unfavorable blocks, maybe reset some ETB triggers, as well as get some card draw from the zone.
Sweet. All right, and for Game 1, I am bringing back my 5-color Sisay Weatherlight Captain Dollar Store deck. So I brewed this for our theme episode, which was no card in here could be over $1, and it is still, well, I think maybe a couple of the cards in here may have just inched a little bit over $1, but it's still pretty much $1 per card thing. Either way, it's still very, very budget. Nick, what do you got for Game 1?
All right, so for Game 1, since you last saw her, Shessra has made some deals with some demons because we were not able to play Skeletal Swarming once in the 2 games that we played her. So we have tutors now, and there's more demons. There was like 1 in the deck before, then now there's like 4. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll actually play Skeletal Swarming.
Let's hope. Lenny, what do you got?
Well, I'm bringing Sexy back, and I'm bringing Ranar back from our standard issue challenge. I don't think I made any changes to this deck. I just want to see it do its thing a lot more because I love Azorius and I love blinking things.
That's a thing that Azorius is good at. All right, friends. Well, before we kick this game off, we just want to remind everybody, if you're watching here on Twitch, go ahead and hit that follow button if you haven't already. And if you're feeling generous, you can buy one of those tasty $5 subs. Foot long, all day long. Or you could give one to somebody else. You can give them a gift sub. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button, the follow, the bell. There's 3, right? 3 buttons.
Like, subscribe.
You can subscribe,
bell.
follow. I don't know. You're supposed to hit that button really hard. One of them. Either one of them. It'll make us happy. And big news that we just revealed on Tuesday. We now have a Patreon. You can sign up at patreon.com/ScrapTrawlers. We've got tiers as low as $1. And it really helps us out and to, pay some expenses, maybe do some giveaway stuff. And included with the Patreon, you get access to patron-only Discord channel. You get to play games with us once a month at a certain tier. You can even pick the commander or the deck that we play for a higher tiers. So it's very exciting. We're very happy to finally have that going. And go ahead and check it out if you're feeling like it. And with that, I think we can kick this game off. Trent, go ahead and get us started.
I'll shrink down here.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. All right, I'm going to go draw. I will play an island, and I will tap that island for a Mist-Cloaked Herald. And I'll pass to you, Andy.
My goodness, turn 1 already. Can't be blocked.
Oh, nice.
This is
It
the way
does
the
have
world
evasion.
ends. Alright. Alright, good luck, everybody. Draw, and I'll drop a Seaside Citadel and pass over to Nick.
All right, I will draw. We will become a target and play Jungle Hollow, going to 41.
Yeah, take him
Outbox.
down! Take him down!
Dethrone.
Get up!
All right. I'm going to draw. And I don't want to be left out of turn 1 action, so I'm going to play a Temple of Enlightenment, and I will scry 1.
Oh.
Leave that on top.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Second island. And Nick will just bring you back to 40.
Get him.
Back
That'll-
to 40.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
All you,
back
Andy.
down here with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Alright, untap and draw. Let's do a forest and tap 2 for a mirror shield. So this is an equipment. Equipped creature gets +0/+2 and hexproof. And whenever a creature with death touch blocks or becomes blocked by this creature, destroy that creature. And pass the turn.
Death touch. Boo. I will draw.
Anti-death touch.
We'll play a swamp. Tap 2 for a ghoulish procession. So it's an enchantment. Whenever one or more non-token creatures die, I get a 2/2 zombie with decayed. And it triggers only once each turn. And I'll pass.
All right. I'm going to draw. I'm just going to be doing some ramp stuff. That turn 2 ramp in a Azorius. I just said Azorius. Azorius Signet. Pass.
I thought you were playing Restoration again. I love that card. I bought 4 of them.
Oh, dang. All right, we'll go draw, play an island. And let's go ahead and... I'm actually just going to hardcast a Mistblade Shinobi.
Ooh.
And then I'll go 1 this time at you, Lenny.
All right. That's fair.
And that'll do it. All you, Andy.
Alright. Untap. Draw. Let's do a swamp. And I think I will cultivate. Go grab some basics. And I'll pass over to Nick.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. We will play a plains, and we will pay 3 for a Death Baron. Skeletons and other zombies I control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
The shield coming in clutch.
Yep. I will pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap, keep draw. I'll play Island. All right. I'm gonna get ready to start hitting back. I'm going to play Ethereal Investigator, leaving absolutely no questions as what's going on here. I will investigate X times, where X is the number of opponents I have, which is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, whenever I draw my second card in a turn, I make a Spirit. So
I just realized that's the blue version of Chittering Witch, isn't it?
Kinda, yeah. And I will pass the turn.
Are there any others in the other colors like that?
I don't know of one in red, that's for sure. Untap, keep draw. We'll play an island. And then I will do 3 to play my commander, Grazilaxx. Grazilaxx. And then I will go.
Sounds like
Mistblade-
sounds like a death metal band, doesn't it?
Right? Yeah. Some sort of like war reference or something. We'll go the Mistblade Shinobi at you, Andy, and I'll do the 1 unblockable at you, Nick.
All right.
I'll take 1.
I will take 1.
I will draw 2 cards, and that will be my turn.
Alright. So with my cultivate, I got an island into play, and I put a mountain into my hand. Draw. Go ahead and play that mountain. Play that mountain. Then I'm gonna... yeah. I'm gonna play your lock.
Oh,
No, your lock.
Your lock. 4/4 vigilance, Mana Burn is back on the menu, and I can pay 1 and tap it to make Jund Mana. After that, I pass the turn.
Taking me back to 1998.
Untap upkeep draw. We drew it. We drew the Skeletal Swarming, but I can't play it.
You can't. Don't do it.
All right, 4 Manias. We'll play a Swamp. Tap all 4 for a Binding of the Old Gods.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wonder what that's gonna
there you
kill.
are. It's got to hit the shield. Yeah. So Chapter 1: Destroy target
Does it?
non-land permanent and opponent controls.
Destroy target shield. It's weird that it says that, but
Yeah,
here we are.
it is very
Here we
weird.
are.
Whatever.
Well, I can't get in. Your luck is huge. It's a 4/4. Dang. All right, cool. I will pass the turn.
All right. Gonna untap, upkeep, draw. Play a land for turn, which is plains. And then I'm gonna go to combat. Trent,
You got it.
we don't shy away from attacking our guests here.
No, we
2
don't.
in the air.
We're getting life totals in the right direction, which is what I like.
Yeah. Then second main, I'm gonna hard cast Mole Drifter.
Cool.
Not a soft cast, it's a hard cast. Hey, Kuro
Ooh.
rating us with 21 friends. Welcome,
nice.
everybody.
Wow.
What's going on? Hey, who won that last game?
Welcome to the show, friends. Happy to have you here. Playing some budget EDH.
Alright, so I drew my second card, thanks to Mole Drifter, so I will make a spirit and I will ship the turn.
Alrighty. Untap. I will draw.
Nicely done, Checkbox. I like that deck. It was sweet.
Play an island. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to keep the life totals going the right way, I will play a Psychosis Crawler.
The Andy's upkeep special.
It is actually my favorite card.
I will.
But not
right
when
now
you
it's a
have it.
6/6. Not when I'm facing against it. All right, 6/6 for now. Let's go to combat. I will swing the Herald at. Let's go the Mistcloaked Herald at Andy, and I think I will leave it at that.
Oh, I feel so abused. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take one. You get
Okay.
to draw a card, and then I'll take
Draw, you
another
each
one.
Lose one, and then he will go to 7.
Oh, my favorite.
And
My favorite card is kind of jerky, huh?
that'll do it. All you, Andy.
Doesn't surprise anybody, right? All right. Untap, upkeep, draw.
So Nick, you're telling us that you put in more tutors and then you immediately drew it?
I know, it's
Yeah.
like, well, great.
That's how you
it was
put
gonna
that stuff
happen.
out into the universe, though. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
This is why
Exactly.
you don't make deals with demons. Just give what you want anyway.
Well, now you can just get reassembling skeleton.
You're right. Oh, here we go. It's my
Gutter
favorite black
bones, you know,
creature.
gutter bones.
1, 2, 3. I'll play Sisay. So she's gonna come in as a 5/5 because your lock is 3 colors, and I can go ahead and activate your lock.
You can smack me for 4 if you want.
Nah,
I'm not gonna block.
it's fine. I'm gonna activate your lock. Everybody makes Jund Mana.
Yay! Oh,
Alright.
And then I will use these other 2 lands here, blue and white mana, to activate Sisay.
Alright, I will respond to that, and I will crack a clue in your
Okay.
Jund mana.
so good.
Well done.
So I can search my library for a legendary permanent card with converted mana cost less than Sisay's power. Put that card on the battlefield and shuffle. So something mana value less than 5. Here we go. Doody-doody-do. I want a little bit of protections, so I'm probably going to bring out...
He has a lot of creatures.
I'm going to bring out the Discipline Daddy. So this is Nils, Discipline Enforcer. It's 2/2 at the beginning of my end step. For each player, I put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature that player controls. Each creature with one or more counters on it can't attack me or planeswalkers I control unless the controller pays X, where X is the number of counters on that creature. Alright. And then I will go to my end step.
I gotta take, what is it, 3?
Burn for us, yeah.
Ow.
Okay. I'll put one on Sisay, one on the Death Baron, one on, what is that? The Ethereal Investigator, and one on, No, not Psychosis Crawler. Let's put that on the unblockable dude.
There we are.
Good choice.
Alright, I'm tapped out like a good Magic player. Go ahead, Nick.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw, chapter 2. So I can search my library for a forest card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle my library. Wow, there's like a big gap of no lands right in the middle, so we fixed it. Alright, and then chapter 3 on that is creatures I control get death touch till end of turn. So we had to get rid of that stupid shit. Now, Andy, these creatures aren't goated, right? They just can't attack you?
You just have to pay 1 mana for each counter on your creatures
That's
if
right.
you want to attack me.
Alright, well, I
Oh,
don't.
We forgot to take some Yurlock damage, or maybe I did.
I think you had 1 left over,
Just
right?
one, yeah.
We'll play a Swamp for turn, and we finally got to play Skeletal Swarming.
Yay.
Oh, we did it, and now someone's blown up. It's fine. So, each skeleton I control has trample, attacks each combat if able, and gets +X/+O, where X is the number of other skeletons you control. Cool. And then my end step, which I will do, I'll go to combat, not attacking, go to second main, do nothing, go to my end step. At the beginning of my end step, I create a tapped 1/1 black skeleton. If a creature died this turn, I get 2 of those skeletons instead. So I get 1 skeleton.
What's up, Colin?
And I'm done. No, Colin, please don't.
Alright, I'll untap. I'll be honest, like, we played that whole game last week, and I was like, oh, that's totally cool. And then I realized I had no idea what skeletal swarming does. I'll play a land for turn. Let's see. Let's play a bunch
What's
of
up,
cards.
Scott? Scott,
Let me play my
Scott, get to bed, buddy. It's late over there in Ireland.
I'm gonna pay 1, 2, 3, and I will play a commander sphere,
You may.
and then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like I cannot not draw the teleportation circle in this deck.
Oh
my
my god.
It's so good, and it's foil.
With the investigator? Oy.
Or the Mole Drifter.
Yeah, either are great.
Let's go to combat. So let's see. Discipline Daddy prevents me from.
So your
With one or
ethereal
more counters.
investigator you have to pay 1 if you want to attack me with it. Because
Okay,
it has 1 counter on it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send the Mole Drifter at Andy and the Ethereal Investigator at Nick.
I do not have flyers.
Okay.
So
What is that, a
3 for
3?
Nick, 2 for Andy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I will go to my end step, and I will teleport the Mole Drifter.
Seems good.
That gets me another Spirit and 2 cards. I will pass the turn.
Alrighty. Untap, upkeep, draw, triggering Psychosis Crawler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ow.
Ouchies. So he's now at 8. Actually, there we are. 8 for right now. Play a land down to 7, and then Let's see here. Trying to think if you bouncing your lock is a good idea or not.
Don't touch my lock.
Don't touch it. Well, I guess I will do what I came here to do, which is to cast the pet card. I will cast Stolen Identity.
Oh no!
We're off to the races.
That's a good card. Who's your target?
You should make a copy of there.
I know. This is, I mean, I think we have to do the Psychosis Crawler for now.
You don't want a copy of Death Baron?
I mean, Death Baron's pretty cool, but I feel this is a good way to start pressuring light totals. I'm just going to grab my little copy cards really quick.
Quick,
And
hurry up.
I'm impressed.
So we'll get a second Psychosis Crawler. And then I will cipher it onto my Mistcloaked Herald.
Ooh.
We are in trouble, friends. This is filthy.
Alrighty, dighty. Go to combat. The Mistcloaked is gonna go at you, Lenny.
Okay.
And then I will do my Mistblade Shinobi at you, Andy. Yeah.
Does that have evasion?
No, it does not.
Just a 1/1?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I got no blocks, so I'm gonna take some damage.
I will block with Sisay.
Okay. I will trigger Grazilaxx and bounce it back to my hand.
You got it.
And then damage, Cipher trigger and Grazilaxx trigger.
This is
Wow.
gross.
I mean,
Do it. Do it.
Number 3.
Yes.
All right.
We're getting bolted with every card draw. Oh my goodness.
And then Grazilaxx trigger. Draw
Yep.
one.
So you're drawing one,
I
and we're
like this
taking
so
Just
much.
3.
one. Yep.
What did we... Lenny, why'd you invite this guy? This is...
Because he's awesome.
And
I don't get to see stuff like this.
He's hurting
Yeah.
me.
Dude, that whole
He's
board
hurting
costs
me.
less than $1. How can you not be impressed?
Stolen Identity is just, I love it so much.
It's very
I've done
good.
such wonky things with it. I will move to my end step. I will have to discard due to hand size, so I will discard an island. And all you, Andy.
All
I
right.
like this deck.
Yeah, Stolen Identity is the bomb. I run that in braids.
It's so cool.
It's
It's so
very good.
cool.
On tab, upkeep, draw.
Plus, double strike with Cipher is like the dream. This is another step.
That skeleton is a 1/1, right?
The skeleton is currently a 2/1 with death, or 2/2 with death touch,
2/2 with Death Touch.
but it is tapped.
Lenny, do you have a 1/1?
I have 2 of them. I'm getting Massacre Girl vibes here. Am I getting
You're
Massacre Girl
you're
vibes?
picking up what I am laying down.
Do
That
it.
is,
Do it.
I think we need
Rip.
to get rid of these Psychosis Crawlers and bring out a Massacre Girl.
You also get an additional trigger, I think, because I'll get a Ghoulish Procession, then it will just die from another Massacre Girl trigger, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's just the way we gotta go, because the 3 Psychosis Crawlers is gonna kill us in no time.
You gotta do it, man.
Yeah. So I think... let's see. Blockers. Doesn't even make sense to attack. So, let's do... activate your lock. Everybody gets junned.
Yeah.
Ow. Stop.
And then I will activate Sisay. And I will...
And I'll respond by
indeed-
drawing a card.
Okay. I will indeed go get Massacre Girl. Because Trent is terrifying.
No, my skeleton.
So, Massacre Girl is a 4/4 with menace. When it enters the battlefield, each other
Yeah.
creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Whenever a creature dies this turn, each creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/-1 until end of turn. So it basically just goes and goes until everybody's dead except her. As long as there's a 1/1 on the board.
Yeah.
Good?
Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
killing everything.
That's enough.
Alright.
And then the zombie will come in and die immediately, so you get another Massacre Girl trigger.
Cool. Alright. I've got 3 manias here. Do I want...
My creature's gonna get Death Touch. Oh boy.
I'll play a Commander Sphere, and then I will pass.
All right. I
Alright.
will lose my 3.
Oh yeah. Oops.
1, 2, 3.
Go to
Funny, only lost 1.
25. Untap, upkeep, and draw. My creatures will gain Death Touch till end of turn. I have no creatures.
Wah, wah.
Oh,
Alright, so we are going to... Trent, we're not done, messing with you yet. I'm gonna bog
No,
you.
not yet.
no.
Oh, bog you.
Alright.
Oh,
Bye bye,
dirty.
graveyard.
Alright, and then we're gonna
Stolen
tap
identities, by the
1
way, from Decipher.
for a Persistent Specimen. Look, it's a skeleton.
Hey.
hey, there you go.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will play Rot-Tide Gargantua, which is a 5/4 zombie kraken with exploit. When it exploits a creature, each opponent sacrifices a creature.
Oh, my girl.
I will sacrifice
You-
the specimen.
You did that just to get rid of my Massacre Girl?
I did that so I upgrade my skeleton to a zombie with
With
DK.
Decayed.
Whatever. I'm taking it personally, no matter how you word it.
Go to combat. None of my creatures have haste, so I'll move to my end step. Skeletal Swarming triggers. I get a skeleton, and a creature died this turn, so I get 2 skeletons.
Blah, blah, blah.
The
Deck's
swarm
doing
is
it.
begun.
Deck's doing it. I'll pass.
All right. Well,
He's doing it. We're so
that's
proud of
just,
him.
Untap, upkeep.
Look at these
draw.
Put that in the command zone next time, Nick.
What's that?
Right?
Just put skeletal swarming in the command zone.
Oh
next
my
time.
goodness, I would.
I was just thinking that. I was like, this
I would
would
play
have been a
against
great
that.
commander.
100%.
All right, I'm gonna cast my commander.
Ranar.
Needs to be like
Then-
Skeletal Swarming versus that Legion thing in Boros that gives you
Oh, assemble
muster
the Legion?
counters. Yes.
That'd be so cool.
And then I'm gonna cast.
Even as like a variant, like a one-on-one, that'd actually be really fun.
We're gonna cast Welcoming Vampire.
Ooh.
All right. Then I will. Oh, I need to lose 1 for my Jund. I keep forgetting that. I'm going to. Oh wait, no, we did. Do we lose 1? Did you find Massacre Girl before you passed?
Oh. I guess we don't lose or we don't take damage if your luck is dead, right?
That's true. Yep. So
Okay.
if you took
Woo.
damage
Okay.
for that, go ahead and get it back.
Life gain.
Yay!
Woo.
That's how you do it.
And then I realized I should have done it differently, but that's fine because here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to my end step, and I am going to blink Ranar. So that will get me a spirit, and that will trigger Welcoming Vampire, which will draw me a card.
So cute.
The engine.
And then I will discard Marble Diamond because I don't think I need to play a tapped Mana Rock right now, and I will pass the turn.
We'll
Alrighty.
see about that.
Untap. Upkeep draw. Island. Let's go. I will go 3 for the Mistblade Shinobi. Then
It's
let's
back.
go. It's back.
I missed you.
I missed you. I'll do 3 for a Warhorn, and that'll be it for me.
You got to make a noise if you're gonna play a war horn.
Yeah.
All right, untap. Upkeep draw. Let's see what we get here. I guess I'm gonna deal with the problem here. Let's go ahead and despark the teleportation circle.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were hitting the swarming like Andy.
That's a big sad from me.
Sorry, buddy. Then I will pay 5 for a Rien, Angel of Rebirth.
That's a great card.
Ooh.
So 5/4 flyer, other multicolored creatures I control get +1/+0. Whenever another multicolored creature I control dies, return it to my hand, blah blah blah. Go ahead, Nick.
Cool. We will untap, upkeep, draw. Well, that's a thing. We're gonna play Shessra. 1, 2, 3, 4. ETBs for Bewitching Whispers. When she enters the battlefield, a target creature blocks its turn if able. We're going to target the vampire.
Okay.
And we've got... Let's see. We've got 3 mana, which means I can pay 3 to bring Persistent Specimen back to the battlefield tapped. So each of my skeletons are getting +2/+0 and trample, and they must attack each turn if able. I will go to combat. Lenny, I'm going to send both skeletons at you.
Okay.
So they are 3 ones with trample.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is fine then. I will. They trample. I will
Yes.
block one with Welcoming Vampire because I have to, and the other one I will choose not to block.
All
Then,
right.
before we go to damage, I will Swords to Plowshares the one that is being blocked by my Welcoming Vampire.
No!
Dang.
Gain life due to its power. Okay, well, I'll take that. Oh, I don't get to draw a card.
Take my
now.
3.
No! My plans.
Lenny said not today.
Yeah.
All
just
right.
no.
Move to my end stab. I should have attacked with that decayed zombie. Skeletal Swarming will trigger. I will get 1 skeleton.
You make
And
a
I'll pass.
spirit, Lenny?
I do make a spirit. You're right. I forgot about that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
All right, all you, Lenny.
All right. I will untap.
Do you draw from welcoming? From the
Yes, I
spirit?
do. Thank you for reminding me how to play because I am bad at matches. All right, so I drew from that, and then I got to draw for turn. Oh, that's Oh man, I'm excited to play that, but we're gonna play this first.
He's excited.
3. I'm going to pull. Actually, we're gonna go to combat first. That's a good Magic player thing to do. We're gonna send Ranar at Trent, Welcoming Vampire at Nick, and I'll leave the spirits open for blocking.
You got it.
No effects from me.
It's a 2/3.
I will go 2 commander damage.
I'll go to 29.
That will stay the same. Aww. I love when combat happens and I don't hear my name. This is such a rare thing.
Yeah, man, I wanted to do this a little differently. I missed that teleportation circle already.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay,
I'm not. Do it again.
we're gonna play. What are we gonna play? Oh my goodness, this is so difficult. We're gonna play Repository Scab.
What?
It's a horrible card
When it
name.
enters the battlefield, if it exploits a creature, I return target instant or sorcery card from my graveyard to my hand. So I will exploit this spirit, and I will get back Swords to Plowshares.
No, my skeletons.
Suppository
This is a bummer, though,
Scab.
'cause
That's what I was thinking. What did you say?
It's just Suppository Scab. It's a terrible card name. Repository
Ugh.
Scab.
You know, someone giggled in Studio X when that was being
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You know
Except
what?
for the name.
I'm gonna have to discard it anyway if I do that, so maybe I just play something else. Just play it to get it out of my hand.
Just do it.
I'm gonna play Patrician Geist.
Mm-hmm.
So other spirits I control get +1/+1, and I will pass the turn. Oh, actually no, that draws me a card with Welcoming Vampire, which is exactly what I was trying to avoid.
Maybe he'll mill out.
Honestly, I don't think I need to draw cards right now, so I'm going to just discard the Cloud Blazer and pass.
All right. Untap. Upkeep, draw. I will play an island. Would like to cast my commander once again.
You may.
Woohoo! We did it. And then, not great targets all around.
Nick's a good target.
Ugh.
You're just a bag of bones, man.
How many skeletons do you have? Right now, 3?
I have 3.
Okay.
3 too many.
They always come back.
All right. Well, I guess this is up to you, Andy. If you are willing to take 2 damage from Mistblade, and I will not return Rien. But then I can handle one of the skeletons.
You will not return Rien.
Yeah, because this is a May trigger.
So you want to attack me just so you can draw a card,
Bingo.
and I'm supposed to allow it?
I mean, it's up to you.
You know what? I'll be a nice host. I'll let you get through with that display. Shinobi. How about that?
Alrighty.
You may
2
have
your way.
2? Oh,
Yeah.
the war horn.
I did say
Oh,
2.
I didn't sign up for 2.
And sign up for Massacre Girl. Alright, yeah, no funny business. Just the 2 coming your way.
No funny business here.
You got me.
Alright, I will draw a card from Grazilaxx. And then I will tap 3 and cast a Manowar targeting one of the skeleton tokens.
No!
Ooh.
And that'll do it for me.
All right.
What a
One,
man,
two.
what a man, what a man.
Let's do.
Mighty jellyfish.
See, I went for the velvet glove approach with Andy, because I was going to bounce Rien otherwise.
Man, I could block. Come on. You don't know what I got.
That's true.
You don't know me. I feel like maybe I just want to get my commander back out. How about I don't have much going on with this hand here. How about a mana geode? I'll scry 1. Sure. No. I'll put that on the bottom. And then, yeah, tap out like a good Magic player and play my commander for the second time. Yeah, she back. She is, once again, a 5/5.
So Rian wouldn't work on her, is that right?
Correct. She's not technically multicolored.
Okay.
You've seen through my horribly devised plan. I suppose I should attack. Yeah. I'll go to combat.
Yeah.
Nick, take 5.
Oh, okay. See you later. Go to 24.
Alright, that's it. Pass the turn.
All right. Skeletons are angry. Untap, upkeep, draw.
You can't tell, though, because they don't have any skin.
Yeah.
Just skeletons.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Well, we're missing land drops, but we're not doing terrible. We're gonna pay
Debatable.
3 for a Morbid Opportunist.
Ooh, good card.
So whenever one or more other creatures die, I draw a card, and it triggers only once each turn. Then I will
Yeah, I like
pay
this one a lot.
3 for a Fleshbag Marauder.
Ugh,
Oh, come on.
Grody.
God, you
ETBs, each player sacrifices a creature.
Well, I'll sacrifice the spirit.
I will sacrifice this Decayed Zombie.
I guess.
And draw a card.
I misplayed.
Bye-bye, Rian. So long, Andy.
Alright, I will go to combat. My skeletons must attack. There are 2 1s with trample. Trent, skeletons.
You got it. I will take 4, correct?
Yep.
29.
Do I want to attack with the Rot Tide? No, I don't. It's just kind of there. I will move to my end step. So, Shessra will trigger. I will draw a card since a creature died this turn. And Skeletal Swarming will trigger. I'll get 2 skeletons. And pass the turn.
All right.
And Morbid Opportunist, right?
Yep, got
Yeah,
that one.
Morbid Opportunist. Okay. All right. I'll untap, upkeep, draw,
Here, let's make this
more land.
pretty. Here you go, skeletons.
Let's go 1, 2. This is blue. 3, 4. I'm gonna cast Mirror Hall Mimic,
Oh, I also get a Ghoulish Procession thing. That's cool.
and I'm gonna make it a copy of Patrician Geist.
Oh no.
These big spirits here.
Gonna go to combat. Trent, you're gonna get Ranar. Andy, you're getting the original. Actually, you know what? No. Nick, you're getting the original Patrician Geist.
Yep.
And Andy, you're getting the Welcoming Vampire.
So that's going to be 3.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna be 3 at Nick, 4 at Trent, 2
Yeah.
at Andy.
I'm at 6 commander damage.
Take 2 damage.
And then with that, I will pass the turn.
Alright. Untap. Upkeep, draw. Island. Let's go blue for a Fairy Seer. We'll scry 2. I'll put 1 on the bottom and the other one on top. And then do 4 for an Identity Thief.
Nice.
No favorable. I guess, how big is Sisay right now? She's a 2/2?
Yeah.
Okay. I will swing my Man of War at you, Andy.
All right. How much damage is that?
It is a 3/2.
You got it, buddy. Ow, ow, ow.
Bonk. I will draw. And then... Man, Skeleton Swarm is actually getting out of hand.
It's fine. They're going at Lenny. They need to. If I don't kill Lenny now, I'm never going to be able to.
It's like spirits
What?
versus skellies. Okay. What I'll do then is just pay 3 for a Strixhaven Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I don't think I'm getting there anytime soon, but and then I'll go 1/2. I'll get 1 counter on it, and I will play a Baton of Morale.
Is that the banding one?
my
That is banding,
Yes.
and that'll do it. All you, Andy.
Trent,
Oh.
for the new kids in the audience, why don't you go ahead and explain
Yeah.
banding to everybody?
Sure.
Yes,
All
we
of it, or
call
just
the-
parts of
to
it?
the best of your ability.
Yeah, that's gonna take up all the game too.
Yeah, I think we'll be here a while, but the gist here is to try to actually give one of my creatures banding with another one of my creatures so that they become blocked, so I can trigger Grazilaxx to bounce them back to my hand.
Oh, that's
A creature, even with evasion, like Fairy Seer, if I attack with Fairy Seer and Grazilaxx and give them banding, even if you don't have any flyers, if you can block Grazilaxx, it will also block my Fairy Seer, which I can return to my hand to play again. So essentially, it's anti-evasion in this kind of deck.
Mhm.
And that's it for me.
Yes, I understood all of that. Untap, upkeep, draw. Let's play land for turn as a Mystic Monastery. And play something that I probably should have played last turn, because it would have saved me. Tameo, Collector of Tales.
Oh, rip.
Yeah. Would have saved Rien. So spells and abilities my opponents control can't cause me to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. I can +1, choose a non-land card name, then reveal the top 4 cards in my library, put all cards with a chosen name from among them into my hand, the rest in my graveyard. -3, return target card from my graveyard to my hand.
Hey, Andy, if you want to Eternal Witness something, I will not swing at you. Or Tameo, I guess. Whatever, I won't do either.
I do kind of want to get my Mirror Shield back.
Well, I don't have Death Touch anymore, so you're free to block.
Yeah, you don't have it now. I don't know. Is there anything really worth desparking right now besides Skeletal Swarming?
Hey, whoa.
I
I thought you wanted your angel bag.
I have other ways of getting my angel.
Where are the Skellies going, Nick?
Where are the Skellies going? They're going to Lenny.
Okay.
They must attack. They are very upset.
Okay, let's... Yeah, well, -3. I'm actually going to get back my lock. Your lock.
My luck.
Our lock. And
Talking
then,
about my luck.
then I'll cast your lock.
Such beautiful locks.
Alright, Mana Burn's back. If it matters to anybody, Sisay is a 6/6.
Eef.
I'm tapped out because it's what I do, and I pass the turn over to Nick.
Yes. We untap with more skeletons.
It's quite
Untap,
the
upkeep.
skeleton crew you got there.
Oh.
Yes, right
All right, we're gonna keep that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play the Poison Tip Archer.
Ugh.
Oh, come on.
So it's a 2/3 with Reach and Death Touch, and whenever another creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life.
I'm gonna die to that. Shit.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. It depends on if Lenny blocks. I'll go to combat.
Yep.
My skeletons must attack. We're actually just gonna like do a big attack. Lenny, I'm sending all the skeletons, Rot-Tide Gargantua, and Fleshbag Marauder at you.
Oh my.
Man,
Okay.
Lenny done you wrong, huh?
And this decayed zombie. Because I need something to die, at least.
That is a lot of damage.
Put that suppository scab to use.
So the skeletons are 4/1s with trample.
Dang.
I need them to not be pretty desperately. I don't want to just keep giving Nick life, but I do have this Swords to Plowshares just sitting in my hand.
Give me life.
Yeah, so
Bring me back to
First off-
life.
we're gonna Swords to Plowshares the Rot-Tide.
Yep. I will gain 5 life.
Rot-Tide.
Then they're 4/1s, right?
Correct.
Oof.
Okay.
With
Then-
trample.
I'm gonna cast Ghostly Flicker. My targets are going to be the Repository Scab and the Mirror Hall Mimic.
Okay.
That'll trigger Ranar, making a spirit.
Yep.
When they come back, Repository Scab will exploit the spirit, and I will get back Ghostly Flicker.
Ooh.
Sweet. Poison Tip Archer
And-
will trigger, and Morbid Opportunist will trigger.
We each
Yep.
lose one.
So
lose
each
one.
opponent will lose 1 life, and I will draw 1 card.
Mirror Hall Mimic will become a copy of Mana War,
Hey.
and I will bounce one of your Skelly Boys.
Skeleton, no!
And then I guess I
So you got
take the
a
damage.
2/2
yeah.
zombie, a 3/1 zombie, and 3 3/1 trample skeletons.
Hmm.
Still a lot.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to take any of that. But I should have done something. I should have done something about that thing, because that's a problem. So I'll just take the rest of the damage.
Okay, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 14.
Okay. All right.
So end of combat triggers,
I draw a
DK.
card for. I forgot to draw a card for Welcoming Vampire.
Yes. DK will trigger, so this will be sacrificed. Each opponent will lose 1 life.
Ping.
Alright, second main, I will do nothing. Move to my end step. We got Shessra and Skeletal Swarming, so I'm going to draw a card and make 2 more skeletons. And I'll pass a turn.
Okay. One tap.
Look at them all.
Draw. All
We're
right.
doing it.
Playing another one of those. Hmm. What have I got that can do something about all this? Hmm. Let's see. Alright, well, I'm at least going to do everybody else a favor. So I hope you all remember me for this.
I'll never forget you, Lenny.
Yeah, you will be remembered.
I'm going to Ghostly Flicker, Repository Scab, and Mirror Hall Mimic again. That's, we're going to do it this way. Ghostly Flickers in the graveyard. Let's see. Those 2 are going to come back. I'm going to exploit that, get back Ghostly Flicker,
We'll take 1 to the archer.
Yep.
Yes.
and I draw a card.
I also draw a card.
Me.
And the Mirror Hall Mimic is going to be a copy of Repository Scab.
Oh my.
Or sorry, not Repository Scab. Actually, do I want to do that? That's not the worst idea. Yeah, that'll save me mana. So I will have the Mirror Hall Mimic exploit itself.
All right, let's
Sweet.
take one.
Another poison tip archer trigger.
Yep. So
Poke.
Ting.
The archer's
then
gonna
we're
kill
gonna
us.
Swords to Plowshares is gonna come back, and that's gonna go right at the poison tip archer.
Yep, seems good. I will gain 2 life. I'm
Yeah,
taking so many
buddy.
swords.
yeah. See ya.
I will. Oh wait, I don't actually have to do that. Well, that's too late. I need to play this deck more. I will foretell a card. Yeah, the deck is it gets complex.
Create a spirit.
Yep.
All right.
And you don't have the ghostly flicker in your hand anymore, right? Or is it still there?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I might as well. We're gonna play Soul Herder.
Oh.
I guess I can go to combat. I'm gonna send Ranar at Nick.
All right. So I gained life this turn, so that was cool. So we are going to spend 2 mana and attempt to Mortality Spear
Oh my.
the Ranar, which I know you can deal with.
Question is, do I want to?
Oh, I also get a zombie because a creature died. Wait, no, it didn't. Did it? Yes, the Mirror Hall Mimic died. So I get a decayed zombie.
That's so... Gotta be fine, I guess. Yep. Okay, that's fine.
Woo! Save myself 3 damage.
Worth it.
And I will pass the turn and step. I will just exile and... Yeah, I'll exile the Repository Scab. It'll come back. I'll sacrifice the spirit.
Swords is back.
I've got Swords is back.
God,
So many
this
swords!
is never ending here.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Let's go island. All right. Just as a minor tempo thingy, I'm going to play blue, and I will cast Stern Proctor. And I will target the skeletal swarming.
No!
You'll still get all of its effects. You'll just have to spend some mana to get there. And then go to combat. I will send the Fairy Seer at Andy. No flyers, right? Or reach?
Nope.
Okay. And then let's go Identity Thief at you, Nick. And I'll go Manowar at you, Lenny. The Identity Thief trigger, I will exile. Oof, what do we choose here?
I have a counter on my Soul Order.
I'll do. Yeah, let's do Morbid Opportunist.
Alright, so that is exiled.
And my Identity Thief is right now a copy of it.
So it's a 1/3.
Yeah. It's actually going to be a 2/3 because Warhorn is going to give it +1.
Okay.
All right. How much damage is coming at me?
So you got 2 coming at you, Andy.
Okay. I have no blocks.
And you've got
I
a
will
3/2
block with a
coming at you,
1/3.
Lenny.
Oh, I got 2. I am actually going to block the Manowar with the Repository Scab.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're like in this moment and we understand each other's needs.
I see. I'm going to use the Grazilaxx trigger to send it back to hand. And then, Nick, you said you're blocking with Shessra.
Yeah, so they're both 1, or yours is a 2/3, mine's a 1/3, so they'll bounce.
Yeah, they just bounce. Yeah. And then I will draw from the Fairy Seer. And I get 1 counter on this. Second main. Let's go 1, and I'll tap the Strixhaven Stadium for a colorless, getting a counter, and I will play Teferi's Veil.
Nice, love that card.
A little late, but here it is. And I will do 1, 2, 3. Cast the Manowar, targeting a skeleton.
Alright, 1 skeleton gone.
And I think that's gonna do it for me. Your Morbid Opportunist will come back.
Yay!
All you, Andy.
Oh my goodness, I'm still alive. All right. On tap, upkeep, draw. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and activate Sisay. There's Wooburg. So she's currently a 6/6. I think I gotta make these puppets dance.
Oh boy.
Carter! Woo!
There's Carter Doom Scourge. When it enters the battlefield until my next turn, creatures my opponents control attack each combat if able and attack a player other than me. Whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses a life and I gain a life. Oh yeah. There's that. Then I'm going to
Sorry, Strixhaven Stadium is at 2 because Lenny hit me with Ranar. My bad.
Yeah.
let's do green. I'll activate Yearlock for Jund. And then 4, 5. I'll cast Sigarda, Heron's Grace.
I will respond and crack my final clue.
I will spend 2 to give my Manowar banding.
We got this figured out.
Alright.
Anybody, Nick, do you got anything you're gonna do with your mana?
I do, but I'm not doing it.
Okay. After that, I think I'm just gonna pass the turn and watch you all have fun together.
I will lose 1 from the mana burn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw. That's a card. Okay, we finally got another land. It's a forest. We will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skeletal Storming is back.
It's back, baby.
In
Lost
pog form.
skeletons are huge. Huge. Okay. So let's go to combat. We are gonna send Shessra and Morbid Opportunist at Trent. The skeletons will be going at Lenny. The zombie. Zombies going at Trent. Lenny, you're getting the flesh bag.
Okay. And the skeletons are they're 4-1s.
They are 4-1s with trample.
Okay. Well, first thing we're gonna do. You don't have any sacrifice outlets, do you?
Not on the board.
Okay. First of all, we're gonna Swords to Plowshares the one that's actually a card.
Oh, this one? Yep.
Yeah.
I'll gain 1 life. Woohoo!
How many times have yeah, I'll do that.
This is the 4th sword.
You've got a whole play set.
Yeah.
You're playing Legend of Zelda over here.
And then I'm gonna go to blocks. I guess I will block the repository scab. Will block the flesh bag for hot zombie on zombie action.
Nice.
And then I will block the other. Actually, no, we'll do zombie on ghost action because I need to actually preserve my life total. And then these 3 will block the other 3 skeletons.
Okay.
No blocks from me, Nick.
Cool.
I guess I could have hit Carter, actually. I should have hit Carter. Okay, well. Oh well.
Alright,
So,
so
I'll
go to
take 1.
damage. Marauder and...
Oh, before we go to damage, actually, I got
yeah.
one more thing. I'm going to flip the card I foretold, which is Cosmic Intervention.
Ooh.
Good card.
Okay. Seems good.
I'll take 4, Nick.
You will be taking 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
So did any attackers die?
Oh, yeah. All my skeletons are going to die.
Oof.
So
And my
that's-
flashback marauder.
Not good.
All right, so we got 4 Carter triggers.
Yep.
You're all gonna lose 4, and I'll gain 4.
Yep.
And then I lose a total of 3 off of your skeletons, so I'm at 5.
Alright. How much did I lose, Andy? Was it 4?
Yeah.
Okay. I get to draw 1 card off of the Morbid Opportunist. And the zombie will also die from Decayed.
Is it still attacking when it dies, or it is at the end of the turn? Or at the end
It's
of combat?
Decayed is at the end of combat.
Okay, so that will trigger Carter then.
So another
Yep.
one.
One more Carter.
Yep. And then, since the actual creature died, I'll get another Decayed zombie. Second main. This sucks. Like, really bad. I guess we'll just do nothing.
I got a trigger for welcoming a vampire and a draw card.
Move to my end step. We got a Shessra and a skeletal swarming trigger. So 2 skeletons and a draw card.
Carter's such a house.
So good. I will pass a turn, and my Decayed zombie cannot block.
Alright, I will untap. Upkeep, I have to do the thing. Draw. Land for turn. I will go ahead and I'll play an island. Oh, this guy does not have a counter on him anymore. Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to swing. Oh, I have to have sacrificed something. Or no, I didn't. I missed my opportunity for that. That's fine. I'm gonna swing everything at Nick.
Yep. I cannot block.
So that's gonna be 2 plus 3 is 5, plus another 2 is 7, and another 2 is 9.
Go to 12.
Okay. Then, because I'm worried about dying here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I'm gonna
Hey, what's
cast
up, Draco?
Storm of Souls,
Oh,
and I will return all creature cards from my graveyard to the battlefield, except that each of them is a 1/1 spirit with flying in addition to its other types. And I exile that.
That's a really good card.
yeah.
So we'll get back Mirror Hall Mimic, Cloud Blazer, Mull Drifter, and Ethereal Investigator.
That's pretty huge.
They're just 1/1s.
But you get some good ETB triggers.
Yeah.
Are they 2/2s now?
And your Mirror Hall doesn't have to be a 1/1.
That is correct. In fact, it can be a Carter Doom Scourge.
Oh my god!
No!
Well,
Sorry, Nick.
Actually, you know what? No. We're not doing that. I need to gain some life, so it's actually going to be a Cloud Blazer.
Right on.
So I'm going to draw a ton of cards. 2 for Mull Drifter. Then I gain 2 life and draw 2 cards for Cloud Blazer 1. Then 2 cards and 2 life for Cloud Blazer 2.
Oof. Then investigate.
Which sounds like a video game. Okay.
Some equipment. I equip my Cloud Blazer. +2 to cool.
I guess let's do that.
Do you get a spirit, Lenny? From
I do, yeah. Yeah, I got a spirit for
Cool.
Ethereal. And then I
clues.
also get clues. I'm just kind of drowning in my own deck here. There we go. There's my clue token. Okay. Now I will go to my end step. I will trigger the Soul Herder, blink Mirror Hall Mimic, and now it's Carter.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to discard to 7. I'm going to discard 2 islands and 3 planes.
Well, I'm gonna die.
Ugh.
It has to come at me.
Yep.
All of it.
All of it.
That's it, Lenny, right?
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Alright, untap. Upkeep. Send an apology letter in the mail to Nick. Oh. Okay. Island.
Stupid Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter. 3. I will get the counter again.
I call him Jimmy Carter.
I mean, if you're gonna die, Nick, I guess I might as well do this anyways. I'll play Heraldic Banner.
Yes.
There it is. What color are you picking?
I think I'll go blue.
That's a good choice. Good choice.
All right. Well, the team has to go that way.
Man, you're gonna draw so many cards.
I'm only gonna draw 1. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I would like to respond before I die.
Tax declared identity thief. I guess will trigger. Good lord. What do we do? I guess. I can't even think. So many options. I'll do Sigarda.
You're exiling Sigarda?
Yeah, just temporarily.
Oh yeah, my board is just kind of horrible for Identity Thief, isn't it?
Wait, isn't it exiled forever now?
No, just until
comes
they,
back.
Yeah.
But it's phased out, right? Once you're done with combat.
Oh god.
Ugh, I should have done Carter then. Well, I didn't think about that. I was worried Carter was going to come back and we'd just be stuck in this loop.
All right, I'm going to Cross and Grip my own skeletal swarming. I'm taking it with me.
Wow. Wow.
And I
So-
am dead.
My Sigarda won't come back? Is that what they're saying?
Trent's
I feel
exile
like
card in the
I feel like it
battlefield.
does.
Dead.
Return the. Yeah. I think this is a delayed trigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives the card the trigger, I think. So.
Ah, okay.
But what is hilarious is that I think Identity Thief might actually stay a copy of
Sigarda for now.
Sigarda forever.
Huh.
Yeah, no longer has this ability.
So you
Yeah.
just have a Sigarda.
Interesting.
Well, doesn't it change the next time it's out for an end of turn?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Cool, that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw from Grazilaxx on damage, and then
Skeletons did well.
I'm goaded from. I guess all of Andy's stuff is goaded at me. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Ugh. Okay, then second main. 3. I will play Frostlinks.
Draft All-Star Frostlings. Love it.
Frostlinks. The cold kitty. I guess. Earlock?
Oh, that makes me sad.
And that'll do it. All you, Andy.
Okay. Oh yeah, Sigarda comes back. All right, untap, upkeep, and draw. Got a land. 10. Let's go. Can I activate Sisay?
Mm-hmm.
Gets a Tulpa. No, I can't get the Tulpa. How big is Sisay? Sisay's a 7/7. I can't get the Tulpa.
Did you say Zatalba? What?
Wow. The betrayal.
Yeah.
I'm already dead.
How do you
so
feel,
I'm fine
Nick?
with it.
I feel like that would
Unleash
be
the
even
beast.
worse. Like you die from Carter and then he plays your favorite card.
Oh, I should dismiss this.
Then we'll do Rurik Thar.
Ugh.
Oh. If only there was a Swords to Plowshares.
He would take 6 though,
Oh, that's true. Ooh.
and Andy would gain a bunch.
I'm going to activate Sisay one more time. Yeah, I guess I'll just go tried and true of EDHRec Lunarch Marshal.
Ugh. Yikes.
One Zatalba away.
Yeah, couldn't afford the Tulpa. Alright. I go to combat. My creatures all get flying, vigilance, reach,
Hang on.
and hexproof.
I would actually like to respond before you go to combat.
Yeah.
Or do I just want to let you... vigilance
I
is
can't
such a
attack
problem.
you.
Yeah, the Vig is pretty brutal for you, Lenny.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to flash in Restoration Angel,
Well, that's a creature. Dang it.
and I will blink Mirror Hall Mimic, and I will have it come back as a copy of Mana War.
I think it's phased.
Oh, is it phased out?
Yeah, all of these are phased. So.
Oh, shoot.
Frostlinks?
Yeah.
Frostlinks is not going to be helpful. Brutal. Okay, it's got to be like that then. Then instead, I'm not going to blink the Mirror Hall Mimic if that's okay. And I'm going to blink the Repository Scab.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will bring it back, so it's going to come back. And it will eat the spirit. God, I'm going to pay 6. Actually, is that... Yeah, we are doing 6 for that.
Oh no.
And I will get back swords to plowshares. And I will
Oh
sword
no.
Rarikthar.
Okay.
And I will go to 3.
You lose 6, I gain 6.
What a
Lenny
good trade.
He will still get vigilance, I think.
No, I'm responding
no.
to the activation of to that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought from your lock.
No.
Okay.
He can't activate your lock.
Oh no, your lock has vigilance.
Yeah,
So Audric will give it. Will still give it to all the
Oh.
creatures.
yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Because
That's
unfortunately,
okay,
there's
then.
2 creatures with Vig.
Well, yeah. Then I'll just hit Audric. Then no, yeah, I'll hit Rurik because I need to get that to go.
Okay, yeah. Audric has
That's
hexproof anyways, so because of
Yeah.
Sigarda.
Oh.
Wild.
What is going on over there?
Yeah.
So many layers.
Okay.
I would've had a
So
completely different turn then, but
I
that's
am
okay.
I'm entering combat. All my creatures will get flying, hexproof, and vigilance.
Oof.
So these all have to attack Trent.
I think that does it.
No responses.
Nope.
Okay.
Guess I can give him banding. A bunch of times.
Some of them, the non-humans, you can.
True.
So Sisay is a 7/7, right? I'm not missing any colors. Yeah, I got all my colors. 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 4 is 15. Okay. All right, I guess.
The Grazilaxx deck was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got off to a fun start, that's for sure.
I guess now we see what Lenny can do with his last 3 life. If he can turn it around.
Let's see. Let's untap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay. Well, kinda. Land for turn. Let's see, can I deal with anything here right now? Everything's flying.
Don't forget with Carter, if you attack and the creature dies, you'll lose a life and I'll gain a life.
Yeah.
But you also have a Carter.
Here's what we're
I
gonna
suppose that does even out, doesn't it?
Cancels out, yeah.
He's only at 29.
do. 1, 2,
I've
3.
seen Lenny come back from worse, so
That's true.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Doomscar.
Oh.
That was my top deck. Hold priority. I'll cast Semester's End.
Oh.
Yes. Pew, pew, pew.
yeah.
I will exile every creature I control.
Back from the brink.
Okay, Doomscar.
Okay. And then I will just go to my end step because I can't do anything else. And these all come back with 1/1 counter on them.
Yeah, that's certainly.
You're gonna be a Cloud Blazer. Actually, no, you're gonna be a Resto. No, Cloud Blazer. Cloud Blazer. We play Magic correctly, Lenny. Okay. They enter with a 1/1 counter on them. That means, let's get some clues. Oh my god. I do have one creature that is power 2. Sorry for my unreadable board state.
Such a mess.
Okay.
It looks like it spells doom.
Doom.
Okay. So, trigger Welcoming Vampire. Soul Herder's my 2-power creature, so I will draw a card from that. Trigger Repository Scab. I will choose not to. I will choose not to do that. To exploit. Moldrifter. Draw 2. That'll trigger. I get a Spirit. Dang, I could have exploited. Oh well. You get 3 clues. Did that. Resto Angel. I will blink Cloud Blazer, so I will gain 2. Draw 2. Cloud Blazer. Gain 2. Oh, let me actually draw. So gain 2. Draw 2. And not drop them everywhere.
I don't think I'm going to be able to overcome this army here.
And then this is going to be another copy of Cloud Blazer, so I will gain 2 more and draw 2 more.
Dang.
Whew.
Okay, and I gotta ditch 5 cards. So we'll ditch these 3. 4. Honestly, 5. We're not playing Solemn Simulacrum anytime soon.
I don't know, I look a little light on lands there.
Yeah. Alright, your turn, Andy.
So is Swords of Plowshares in the graveyard right now or in your hand?
It is in the graveyard.
For now.
For now. Okay, so all of your creatures have +1/+1 counters on them?
Mm-hmm.
Except for your Spirit?
Yeah.
Just thinking here. Do you have any creatures that are currently 2/2s?
Currently Soul Herder is 2/2.
Perfect.
Oh wait, actually no, it's not, because whenever a creature is exiled, and I did that once with the Resto Angel, so it is a 3/3. Oh,
Okay.
and it's a Spirit, so it's a 4/4.
Alright, so you don't have any 2/2s?
Yeah.
Oh, the Massacre Girl.
Massacre Girl would not do me any good. Anything in here would do me any good. Nils? Nils would slow you down. Upkeep. I'm gonna cast Reinforcements. So I may put up to 3 target creature cards from my graveyard on top of my library in any order.
That's a card. Huh.
I'm going to get EDHRec. I'll get Massacre Girl, and I'll get Nils. So we'll do Nils, Massacre Girl, and EDHRec on top of my library. And then I'll draw. Well, yeah. Pay a white for Commander Sphere. Let's go to my screen here, and then sacrifice it to draw a card. Then 2 for Nils.
Nice.
And then I guess I will attempt to wipe the board with Massacre Girl.
I don't have any 1/1s though.
Your spirit. Oh, because it's
got
pumped?
+1/+1 because of the...
You're right. So that doesn't work. Let's then do... big. Guess I'll just do a Svella Ice Shaper.
Heck yeah.
Not gonna do me any good at this point in the game because I'm pretty much gonna lose
card,
to all these flyers. But okay, let's go to the end step. We'll put counter on Nils and a counter on what's the biggest creature you got?
Probably the rest. Yeah, the Resto Angel.
All right, we'll put a +1/+1 counter on that. Make it bigger. Why not? Fuck it.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got. Go ahead.
All right, I'll untap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay, that's land for turn. Okay, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Meteor Golem. ETB Destroy Nils.
Yeah, I scoop.
Okay.
Oh,
good
right.
game.
Lenny gets game 1. GG.
How about that?
GG, friends. All right. Well, I just eliminated you. No.
That means I win.
I'm in charge here. I'm the captain. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for joining us for game 1. Does everybody have game 2 in them? Trent, you good for game 2?
I do.
Nick?
Heck yeah.
Nick?
I'm ready.
Lenny's good.
My body and my decks are ready.
Bringing Reggie back.
Thank you for sharing all that with us. Okay, friends. Well, before we go, don't forget to hit the follow, like, subscribe. Check us out on Patreon. We got a new Patreon. Patreon.com/ScrapTrawlers. If you want to come support us, please do so. We're going to take 5, and we'll come back for game 2. Don't go anywhere.